Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video I will share with you a very nice bag recipe, the model of which I prepared with spaghetti paper rope belonging to a famous brand. Actually, in the original the handles were knitted from plaid, but this time I changed the bag a little by using such leather accessories. If you want, you can make the size of the bag larger, you can make it smaller. You can use this as a sword bag. You can also make it like the original by preparing knitted handles. I want to show you the bag in detail right away. Look, our example is like this. Our base is a rectangular base. It is very easy to make. I shared the logic with you in detail in the video. You can work this bag however you want. You can work like a portfolio. You can work with a larger beach bag size. You can size it as you wish. Once you understand the model and logic, you can prepare your bag as you wish. Look, I use leather accessories like this. I want to open the inside of the bag right now and show it. Again, it is a very deep bag. A large wallet, glasses case, keys, and your phone will fit inside very easily. Let's close the lock part right away. I want to show the back side of our bag. Can you see? It's really neat and beautiful. I used a leather accessory like this to wear crossbody. I find these types of bags more useful. But if you want, you can make them with woven handles for hand holding, or you can use ready-made handles. This is completely up to your taste. You can find all the details, how much rope I used, and the size of our bag in the video. I hope it will be a useful content and you will like it and try it. Before moving on to our detailed recipe, I would like to make a small request from you. You can subscribe to our channel for free. I would be really happy if you like the video and leave your comments. Let's move on to our recipe. I used spaghetti paper yarn for my bag. I used 2 different colors. I prepared my bag using 4 balls in total, 2 of each color. I want the paper yarn of spaghetti yarn so that I can share its properties with you. Mixed 100% paper weight in the range of 130-150 grams, 250 meters long. It is a paper yarn that is soft and easy to knit. So I can say that the paper yarn of spaghetti yarn is the softest paper yarn I have ever knitted. If you are someone who always works with paper, I definitely recommend you to get acquainted with spaghetti yarn's paper type. By the way, I would like to share a nice discount news from Spaghetti Yarn, especially for my subscribers. You can complete your shopping with a 10% discount with the Gulkin10 code, which you can use for purchases of 100 teraliters or more from spaghettiyar.com. I would like to thank Spaghetti Yar's family for this nice discount. Look at knitting our bag. We will start from the base. Before knitting the base, we need to see our example here. How many multiples does our model consist of? I want to explain the logic of this. If we understand the model at the beginning, we will easily understand the logic of how to prepare the base. You can apply this model not only to such a base, but also to a ready-made base. Or you can pull a direct chain without a base and install the direct model. But if you want to do larger studies, for example, you can do that. You can easily apply this model not only to a rectangular base, but also to an oval or round base. The important thing here is to understand the logic. Once you understand the logic, you can easily work with the product. You will make your bag by placing this model on the ground you want. Don't think of this model only for bags. It will be beautiful poofs and throw pillows. It's a really enjoyable production. A model consisting only of single crochet. Look, I want to show the base as well. Now I will tell you the numbers of our model here. It would be beneficial to listen very carefully here. Now look, we have one box, one single colored box. Look, it consists of 3 single needles and is knitted in 3 rows. Then it switches to the other color. We look right next to it. There is a box with 2 colors. Look, this is our ground point, the point where we set our model 3 straight. There is a single crochet point, which means we knit in a solid color. And right next to it, there are 3 single crochet points that we knit in 2 colors. So look, this point repeats itself as 1 color, 2 colors, 1 color, 2 colors. So our model consists of 3 plus 3, 6 single crochets. For example, your rope is thin and thick. You can also make these 3 single crochets and 4 single crochets. When you make 4 single crochets, you may need to knit 4 rows. You can adjust this to suit yourself. You can play this style very easily. I worked with 3 single crochet stitches each box. You can make the box in 4, as I said. Look, our model here now consists of multiples of gold. In other words, when we knit our base in the form of 6 plus 6 plus, the number of single needles we make in the frame in the last row should be multiples of 6. I placed 10 models in total. 10 times 6, I got 60 single crochets, so the total number of single needles I obtained was 60. In my model, it consists of multiples of 6. I sit my model in the form of 6 plus 6 plus. The rest is already quite easy, but as I said, you can build your model not only on 6 single needles, but also on 8 single needles. You can make this triple crochet in 4 or 5 crochets. As the number of these single crochets increases, the number of rows will also increase. You can easily work by proportioning this. Look, the ground structure of the model is like this. Now what have we done here? We prepared a rectangular base. We knitted 8 single needles by making 9 chains until we had 20 rows. Now here I want to give you the measurement in centimeters. Let's give the size of our base in this last order, 19 centimeters tall. Let's measure its width, including the last increase point. It is 8 centimeters wide. Let's give its height at this stage. The length of our bag is 19 centimeters. Let's give the width of the mouth part, because we are doing a based study. This is like 21 centimeters. The measurements are like this. Now we will start knitting together. As I said, it is a very enjoyable knitting, a work consisting only of straight single crochets. Now we work our rope in 2 layers. First we will prepare the base. Look, I took our yarn from 2 separate balls for convenience's sake because we will have a little more rope. It is also worth mentioning this here. I think you can even knit a bag like this with leftover yarn, but since I don't work, I can't say for sure. It is also worth mentioning this. Now I have 2 layers of yarn from 2 different balls. My crochet number is 4 mm. Since I have a loose hand, I use 4 millimeters. You can determine your own crochet number according to the thinness and thickness of your own yarn and the tightness and looseness of your knitting. Now we start with the chain as the thing. After locking our first chain, we prepare our starting chains so that they are a little looser than the setting we knitted. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, and 9 chain return chain. We will get 8 single crochets in total. Now, I am turning the reverse part of the chain, not the straight part. I leave the last chain we drew and sink into the back cut line of another chain. Look, we will use these points, immediately leave the last chain and move to another chain. We dip in the back cut line and knit 2 stitches. We knit a single crochet. We dip in the back cut line of another chain and knit a single crochet. Now we will get 8 single crochets in total this way. Do not hold your hand too tightly while working with paper thread. If you knit too tightly, your hand will hurt a lot with the paper thread. Look, it's a yarn that likes to be knitted a little loosely. It's really easy to knit with spaghetti oil paper thread. Now we have 2, 4, 6, 8 single needles in total. Now I'm making turns without a chain. I stretch my stitch slightly and turn my knitting. I sink into the first space that comes up and remove the stitch. I have 2 stitches, I wrap them and knit again. I knit like this now. Look, I will knit my single needles. We will prepare a very easy base until the end of the row. Now come to the last chain. We have come to the last single crochet. It also looks spike shaped. Look, we sink to this point and knit our 8th single needle. Then by stretching the stitch again and turning our knitting, we will sink into the first space that comes up and knit our single needle. This way we will now knit 19 rows. The 20th row is in that turn because we're going to make a frame. Now let's knit this until there are 19 rows. Let's continue the next step together. Now look. We knitted our base here until we had 19 rows. Let's count together. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19 rows. We have knitted our 19 rows. This will be the outward facing part of our bag. The base will now be knitted 3 single crochets in each corner and 3 single crochets in the 4 corners. Now look at this point. Look at the point where the last single crochet was. We made 1 single crochet. We will make 3 single crochets of this last single crochet. Let's do it 2, 3 right here in the middle. We're sinking. Look, we're going to make a frame now. Look, we will knit from here to this edge. When we come to the corner, we will knit 3 single needles in this part. We will knit the corner with 3 single needles. We will knit this side. We will finish the ends with 3 single needles. When we count in total, our number of single needles will be 60. we would create 10 models in total. Each model will be made of 6 single needles. As we said, it consists of 6 single crochet stitches. Look, our model consists of 6 single crochet stitches. If you want to enlarge the base, it will be sufficient to adjust the number of single crochets you will get in the last row to be multiples of 6. Now we continue at this point. Look, our next gap is now we are sinking with 1 single crochet in each row. When you get your hands on it, you will easily see where we will sink. Look, let's continue like this until the end of the row. Let us share the return with you right here. Look, we've come to the corner. We're sinking right into our space right now. Let's put the short rope in the middle like this. We knitted 1 single crochet here. Now look, the chained point of the single crochet here looks like a spike. Now we will knit 3 single crochets in this corner. Let's take this short thread on the crochet hook and hide it. 1 into the same space. 2 into the same space, 3rd single crochet. We turn the corner with 3 single crochets like this. Now look, we will knit our single needle by inserting 1 needle into each of the chain points. Look, this gives us 20 rows. Let's remember that we knitted 19 rows. I'm talking about the long part. We knit 19 rows. With this row of edges, we complete 20 rows. This is what I call 20 rows. Now let's knit our single needles by dipping once at each point of the chains. Look, when we come to the last chain, we knit 3 single crochets again. That is, when we come to the last single crochet point, we knit 3 single crochets, 2 and 3. Now look, we immediately move to the edge part. We make our turn, sink into these intermediate points, and look at this edge part. We made our turn with triple and triple single crochets. Now just like we did on this side, we will knit our single needles and come to the end part here. We will start a new row at this end. Look, we have now come to the end of our turn. We have now filled our gap. Here I come to the top of the first single crochet stitch. Look, our turn is over. I knit 3 single crochets in this headspace. I'm knitting 1, 2, or 3 single crochets in the first single crochet here. I knitted these 3 single crochets. We've tripled them in the corner. Now when I count like this, I have 58 single crochets in total. I have 2 single crochets missing. What should I do? By increasing 1 from this corner and 1 from this corner, I now create a row. I'm going to use single crochet completely, and while I'm knitting, I'll complete the 2 missing single crochets. If your turn comes and the count is complete because we're knitting a row of single crochets in the same color, you can complete a row of single crochets without increasing anything. But look, I'm missing 1. Now I'm continuing with each one. Knit 1 single crochet. Now, since this is the end and start of our row, I come here and insert a safety pin into the corner. This corner will be our end and start corner. Now look, I move to the new row and knit 1 for each. When I get to the corner 3, I knit 2 for the second one. I'm knitting one of my own head spaces. Since there is 1 point that I will increase, it is only 1. Look, I'm knitting a single crochet in this corner. Now I will continue knitting 1 single crochet in each one. Knit 1 single crochet and see, there will be no increase. I will knit 1 single crochet in each of them. When I come to the third row here, I will knit 2 single crochets in the second one and complete the missing single crochet by making 2 single crochets in this corner, 1 in this corner and 1 in this corner. Then after completing it, I will knit 1 single crochet in each of them up to the point where the safety pin is and come to the end of the row. Look at the first single needle of the triplet like this. I will have made it this far. Then I will count again. My single crochet needs to be 60 single crochets. Let's complete it as we described. Look, we have completed our base as we have described to you. When we count the number of single needles in total in the last row, we get 60 single needles. That corner will be our end point. Let's take out the safety pin. Look, we will end and start here. We had reached the corner 3 point by knitting our single needles. Look, we are knitting our single needle by dipping into the last point up to this third. Now let this be the last single crochet we knit. Let's make this point clear. I'm attaching one of our safety pins here. Now we will knit 3 single needles with the same color. Let's see, there is no increase anymore. By knitting 1 single crochet in each of them, we will set up the model and continue our spiral knitting. We knitted our first single needle. I immediately sink into the second single needle, the second single needle into the third single needle. I remove the stitch, but I will change the color here. For this, I take my thread of the same color from two separate balls and fold it twice, equalizing the end. Look, after saying it is equal, I leave a short length of thread like this. I remove the stitch. I fill the third single crochet stitch with my new color to the head of my hook and close these two stitches with this new color. But look, I do not continue with the same color in the two color transitions. What will I do? See, here we use two colors. What are we doing? I am taking one color here, a cream color, and another color here, a lilac color. Look, I took a thread of two colors on my finger. We will knit the other two threads by hiding them in between. Now, after knitting 3 single crochet stitches, I knit another single crochet stitch. Look, I made a loop with 2 different colors. I am filling up, I am hanging up. So I knitted single needle. I am sinking at another point. I removed a single stitch. I am sinking at another point. I removed a single stitch. Look, we knit 3 plain colored double crochet stitches. Now we knit 3 double crochet stitches with 2 mixed colors. We're re-changing the color in the third one. What are we doing? It's as with our ground color. I immediately change the lilac color into 2 stitches. I take my fold finger, wrap it around, and complete the last stitch with 2 layers of lilac color. Let's adjust the single needles by pulling the single needle threads from time to time without being too loose. Now look again, after knitting 3 mixed knits, I will knit 3 with lilac color, 1 with a single color, and at the same time hiding the short threads. Look, we are knitting 1, 2, 3. I don't cover the third single needle. What am I doing? I take the cream color and the lira color from here again. I take the cream color and the lira color on my finger and wrap them around the end of my crochet hook and close the third needle. Then look, I knit the other lilac and cream color by hiding them in between. Again, 3 single needles, 1, 2. Look, this is the model. It will repeat itself in some way. 3 lilac, 3 mixed. We will complete our order like this, 3 lilac and 3 mixed. When the turn comes to an end, we will immediately share the next order with you. We have come to the end of our turn. We knitted our last 3 mixed 2-color dots. What were we doing while knitting the third single crochet? We were making color transitions. Now with the color after knitting mixed here, we now take 2 of the same color and close the third stitch. When we look, see, this is the end of our row. We have 1 or 2 or 3 lilac colored dots at the point where we just started. What am I doing now? I am knitting 3 of the same color in the same way. Now look, we have established the ground here. We created the base of our knitting as 3 lilac, 3 bicolored, 3 single colored, 3 bicolored. Look, it looks like this from the inside. If you want, you can iron the base at this stage. It is useful to iron at this stage. After ironing the base, we move on to knitting the wall. Finally, we complete our bag by ironing the wall. Since we knitted in 2 layers, the bag takes a better shape with a steam iron. It is also worth mentioning this. What shall we do now? Let's continue. Look here, we made the transition with lilac color. Now we will repeat 3 lower rows, that is the process we did in this row, for 3 more rows. Look, I want to show it this way. We knitted 3 green ones. Here we knit 3 colored ones. Look, we repeat this 1, 2, 3 rows in the same way. There is no difference and we are already knitting in a spiral way. Now we are knitting 3 lilac single crochet stitches on top of 3 lilac single crochet stitches. What were we doing in the third color transition? We take 1 cream, we take 1 lilac color and close the loop like this. Then we come to the 2-color part and immediately knit 3 2-color single needles side by side. What did we do in the third one? Color change. We buy it immediately. I put the balls in separate spots. That's why I knit comfortably without my threads getting tangled. Even if it gets mixed up, we feed it in this section. I fill it and close my knitting with 2 lilac colors. Then 3 lilac colors appear and I knit 3 of them immediately. 1. The second and third time the color changes. Cream, then lilac. I take the dot and close it. I immediately knit 3 2-color parts. The model is progressing in the form of 1 color and 1 2 colors. Now the third part is knitted. I switch to the other color and knit 3 lilacs. Look, our bag is starting to get hollow. Now we will proceed by knitting the row we have described in the same way for 3 rows. After completing 3 rows, let us share with you how we move on to the next new color and what we do in the meantime. Look, here we set up our model with 3 rows of single color and 3 rows of 2 color, and we have come to the end of our row. Now we have already knitted 1, 2, 3 rows here. Now it is necessary to start a new row. Look, this is our new row. Now look at the new row. Since we are knitting a spiral, at this point there will be 2 colors again in the monochromatic place. We will continue the sequence here. A single color will appear on the 2 colored dot. This time we will make a single color with 2 creams. What are we doing here now? Let's continue our knitting with 2 colors. I close the 3rd stitch. Since I moved to the new row, look, there are 3 lilac colors in the new row. Now I knit these 3 points with these 2 colors. 1, 2, 3. Our turn normally ends here. At the end of the row, there will be 3 rows and 2 layers of cream on this area. Now at this point, what were we doing while knitting the 3rd single crochet? I'm taking our other 2 ropes. I'm switching to the same color, cream. Look, I switch to cream color and now I knit 3 single needles in a single color on this 2 colored point. 2. After 3 more color transitions, I took 1 from cream and 1 from lilac and covered it with 2 colors. Now look, I am applying 2 colors on 3 single colored single needles. 2. Then I get cream color. Look, I'm closing the loop in 2 layers, then 3 more times with 2 layers of cream. We knit 3 single needles. For the 3rd time, I make a lilac cream and close the loop. Look, I always knit by hiding the threads in between. Then look at 3 rows of 3. I am working with 2 colors on top of a single color. Thirdly, I switch to my cream color. 2. I'm switching to cream color. Look, this way the knitting will repeat itself. The 2 color one will come in 1 color. The 2 color part will come on top of the single color, and we will complete our sequence in this way. Look, our row ending is at this point, so 3 creams will be placed on 3 single crochets, again 3 colored and 2 colored as here. Then we will repeat this sequence again for 3 rows. We will repeat this change in the same way for 3 rows. There's no need to explain. You can take a screenshot of the model like this. If you take a screenshot of the model like this, we can easily see where and what to do. Now we did it. We knitted 3 cream colored knits, then we knitted 2 or 3 2 colored knits, so we changed that. Look, after repeating this row for 3 rows, we change the color at the end and beginning of the row and knit in a spiral pattern. Then we brought the 2 colored dot on the cream. Look at the 2 colored one. We have matched it with a single color. We repeat the row here and there. The model is already like this. Look, it consists of 36 rows, 6 rows. This way, 6 rows. It always repeats itself. Look, 6 rows, 6 rows. I finished it last in the cream row like this. In the last part, it will be 2 colored. Look, I made the finish by knitting a 2 color row of single needles for the 2 color mouth part. I want to show it at the end part. Look, here is my finish. Look, since the end part is a dot echo, not many patterns are visible. Look, the ending and starting points are not very noticeable. Since it was already on the edge of the bag, I finished the bag this way. Look, as I said, if you take a screenshot, you can easily work in the exact same way. Let me keep it a little bit steady. Again, if you take a screenshot, you can easily do this very easily. What did I do next? I ironed it with a steam iron from the inside. This is how I finished my bag. If you want, you can make this bag mini back, sew a zipper on the mouth, make flap closures, attach long handles, or make knitted handles. How can you shape it as you wish? If you want to use it now, I want to take care of the handle part of it. Close it and finish our bag. Look here, this color is really beautiful. I worked in cream color. It doesn't have to be cream color. You can also do this with different colors. This color is really beautiful. Spaghetti Art's paper film comes in many different color options. You can also look at different color options by visiting spaghettiart.com. It could be made in black and white, it could be made in brown, there was denim color, there were also blue tones. It will also look beautiful with blue tones. This plaid bag was especially designed in blue for a famous brand. It looks really nice too. As I said, you can easily do this two-color work using any color you want. It is important to point this out again here. Look, while passing the last edge part, we worked on the mouth part of our bag in two colors, one row in two colors. I completed the single crochet in a row like this. Look, I will show the end part here. I have finished it now. Cut my thread and take the inner part. Look, by hiding my thread inside, I have finished my work in this way on the last mouth part. I made my finish with a row of single crochet in two colors. You cannot do this if you want. You can apply your finishes by shifting, etc. as you wish. Now look here, I will do it like this. I will wear it. I will show the accessories. I have a clamshell lock point like this. Look, there's a snap. We will place it in our bag and it has a long handle. Look at these handles. Since they have spring rings, I can easily mount them directly to the edge of my bag. Let's pass it through the point where there is a single crochet. I leave one single crochet and place my stem like this. I will attach the other part in the same way. I bought these stems from Atelier Gulenbag. Again, I'll add the link to the description section below. You can access it by clicking there. To get these accessories, this is again the key part. This will also coincide with this point. I used an accessory like this. I installed such a lock point because I wanted to use it for a long time, but you can also attach knitted handles and prepare them to be handheld. I didn't want to make a knitted handle. I prepared it this way to use it on the arm and crosswise. As I said, you can make this work different with different accessories and handles. Now let's quickly put on our accessories and finish our bag. We completed our bag by placing it with our accessories. It was really a very elegant and beautiful work. I hope you like it and try it too. I wish good luck to those who will do it. Don't forget to like our video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye until we see you in the next video.